Hello guys, welcome to Nandi. In this session of current affairs, we will discuss about Indo-China relations, G7 Summit 2021 and its outcomes, significance of Rosewood Tree, Citizenship Amendment Act, Pyrostria lalgit, it's a new species, belongs to coffee family, and Rohingya issue. Let's begin the session. Let's see the first topic, which is related to Indo-China relations. Okay, so why Indo-China relations are in news this time? According to the official reports, China's People's Liberation Army (PLA) has been constructing additional accommodation in the depth areas along the line of actual control. So on its side. So these additional accommodations include both permanent and temporary accommodations in the areas Rudok, Kangziwar, Gnansei, Gulmund areas, and it also includes the construction of field hospitals, procurement of additional snow mobility vehicles. So this is significant in the point of view that it indicates PLA has been preparing for long haul and permanent winter occupation of this post. So as you know that India and China 1 year back fought Galwan Valley clash. We had a Galwan Valley clash between India and China. Okay, so there are reports that China through this clash occupied some of the territories of India. Okay, so this particular issue is significant from preliminary point of view, and at the same time mains point of view. From preliminary point of view, you must know what is LAC and its difference between LOC. Okay, and Galvan Valley area, and for mains level you must know the solutions for this issue, and at the same time China's geo-economic and political influence on India's interests. Okay, so this particular issue topic is very significant. So let's see this topic in detail. Let's see what is line of actual control. So line of actual control, it separates Indian controlled territory from Chinese controlled territory here, from here to here. Okay, so there is a difference between LAC and LOC. What is the difference? LAC is between line of control is between India and Pakistan. LOC. When it comes to LAC, it is between India and China. LOC, line of control, is the result of First Kashmir War 1948, and in order to end the First Kashmir War, this treaty was negotiated by United Nations organization, and as a result LOC emerged. Line of control emerged between India and Pakistan. So it was designated as LOC in 1972 following the Shimla Agreement. Shimla Agreement was negotiated between India and Pakistan to end the Bangladesh Liberation War in 1971. Okay, so this is very significant, and this particular LOC as international sanctity of legal agreement. Okay, so when it comes to LAC, line of actual control, it is only a concept, neither delineated on a map nor demarcated on the ground. Okay, please remember this. It was not delineated on the map or demarcated on the ground. So it's just an idea or concept. So because of this, there is a conflict between India and China. There is no clear demarcation between India and China. So regarding this, there is a lot of confusion. So this is the reason for the conflict between India and China regarding the boundary line. So when it comes to length, India considers LAC to be 3,488 km, while China's Chinese consider it to be only 2000 kilometer. Look at this, the contradiction. Look at the contradiction here, right? So when it comes to the classification, LAC is classified into three sectors. What are these three sectors? You can see in the map here. Okay, eastern sector, middle sector, and western sector. Here, these are the state which borders these sectors. So please remember this. This is very important from preliminary point of view. Okay, and this, especially this western sector, is the result of 1962 Indo-China war, and India claims that this particular area, Aksai Chin, this occupied illegally by China during the 1962 war. So that's why we call it as the China occupied territory. Okay, so this area is, I'll show you in the next picture, right? So what is the major, I mean, why LAC often flares up? Why? As I told you, especially this was not demarcated or delineated, and this is also one of the major major contentious issue between India and China. And one more thing, there are disputed and sensitive areas along this unresolved 488 kilometer long LAC. Okay, there are several disputed and sensitive areas along this line of actual control, which actually contribute for the conflict between India and China. So here I have mentioned in Ladakh, these are the areas which are conflicting between India and China. And when it comes to Arunachal Pradesh, these are the areas, and Himachal Pradesh, Korik and Chipki La also, and Uttarakhand here I mentioned. So these are the areas, disputed and sensitive areas, which are controversial between India and China, right? India claims all these territories, and while China also claims all these areas as part of their territory. Okay, so let's see the next slide. So here I have clearly showed this is the line of actual control, and whereas this is line of control. So this line of control separates Pak administered area from India, and here line of actual control separates Aksai Chin, that is China controlled area, from Indian controlled area, that is Ladakh. Okay, so what is the, this is Galvan Valley here, this is the area of contention, and this is Siachen Glacier. So please remember these areas from north to south, east to west order, because recently in the prelims Siachen Glacier has been already asked. So there are chances you may get some more questions from this particular area. And Himalayas also, higher Himalayas, middle Himalayas, and lesser Himalayas also you have to remember. Okay, so you have given the significance of Galvan Valley. Okay, and what is the reason for sudden rise of tension between India and China? Okay, what is the reason for rise of tension between India and China? Because recently India in 2009 planned to construct a road near this Shyok River. Okay, this is the Shyok River, and this is Galvan River. Galvan River merges in the Shyok River. Okay, this is the line of actual control. This is the line of actual control. Okay, so India planned to construct a road in here. This is the black one. This is the road India tried to construct here in order to develop infrastructure at the border areas. What is the name of that road? Darbuk Shok Village Daulat Beg Only Road. Okay, DSDBO road is very, very significant. This construction of road actually raises the tensions between India and China. Okay, so this road runs along the Shyok River. This is the Shyok River. Okay, and is the most critical line of communication close to LAC. So this is very close to the LAC. So because of that, China fears that Indian side could end up threatening their position on Aksai Chin Plateau by using the river valley through this particular road. So Chinese are afraid of this particular road construction near the LAC. Okay, so because of that, now they are now constructing various infrastructure in this particular area as permanent basis and temporary basis also. So that is the reason they are extending their stay in this particular area. Okay, So this, please remember this map. These are very, very important from preliminary point of view. G7 meet. So G7 again in the news. So G7 is a highly industrialized plus developed, most developed countries comprising of US, UK, Germany, France, Canada, Italy, and Japan. So earlier it was a G8, but in 2004, after the suspension of Russia from that group, it became a G7. Okay, so I've already explained regarding G7 in the previous current affairs session. Okay, and India also attended the G7 virtual summit as a guest country titled on open societies and open economies, which was recently ended on Sunday. Okay, so let's see what are the key highlights of this virtual summit. So in this summit, G7 countries recognized the significance of free, open, inclusive Indo-Pacific. Indo-Pacific means it is indicates the relationship between Indian Ocean and region and Pacific Ocean region. Okay, and US President Joe Biden proposed a Build Back Better World B3W initiative in order to counter China's $1 trillion Belt and Road Initiative. So these facts are very important for your prelims examination, and in its 25-page G7 communique or statement, it also included negative references to China on issues of its aggression in East and South China Sea and human rights issues in Xinjiang province. Okay, and at the same time, they have called for a timely, transparent, expert-led, science-based WHO convened phase 2 COVID-19 origin study in order to find out the origin of COVID-19. Okay, so here India raised the issue of safe cyber environment. This is significant given the government's recent IT rules for social media and OTT platforms. Okay, so it's including the Facebook, Twitter, and other gained companies which are present in US, based in United States of America, and they also raised the issue of climate finance, and G7 countries pledged of 100 billion a year to help poorer countries to uh, to decrease the carbon emissions and cope up with global warming. So these are the key highlights of the G7 virtual summit of 2021. Rosewood is news, so it's a sesame tree. We call it as a sesame tree also, or sesame wood. Okay, so why this rosewood tree is in news? It is it is in news because there was because of the international market demand for music instruments and infrastructure. So because of this, there was a demand for Indian rosewood or sesame tree, and to meet this demand, there was an increase in illegal felling of rosewood trees in Kerala. Okay, so because of that, as you know that a single piece of rosewood values up to 7 lakh rupees at the international market. Okay, so because of this, there is an increase in illegal felling of the rosewood trees. Okay, let's see what is rosewood. We call it as sesame wood also in India. So its scientific name is Dalbergia sissu. So important, and it is a endangered tropical deciduous hardwood tree. Distribution: it is a native of foothills of the Himalayas. It especially grows near along the river banks and can range up to 1,300 meters, and temperatures averages from 10 degrees to 40 degrees Celsius, and it also withstands average annual rainfall up to 2000 millimeters and droughts also for 3 to 4 months. Soil pure sand and gravel to rich alluvium of river banks. And what are the uses of rosewood trees? It is used as firewood, timber, poles, posts, tool handles, fodder, erosion control, and as a windbreak. So oil is extracted from the seed and tannin from the bark. Okay. So when it comes to site status, what is the status of rosewood tree in the site status? It is currently part of Appendix 2. It's important. It is part of the Appendix 2 of the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora. It is a basic CITES is basically a multilateral treaty to protect endangered plants and animals. Okay, and so in this list it comes under Appendix 2. So this is significant. It says that the species is not necessarily threatened with extinction, but the trade must be controlled to avoid utilization incompatible with their survival. Okay, so these facts are important, by the way, for your preliminary point of view, and the illegal smuggling is important for your mains. So okay, so solutions, you must have a solutions. CAA, Citizenship Amendment Act, is in news. So this particular topic is important for preliminary, current affairs and polity point of view, polity and governance point of view. The same time GS paper 2 for mains. Okay, so why this is in news? Recently the MHA, that is Minister of Home Affairs, has given an order for inviting citizenship applications, so that faced a challenge in Supreme Court. So because of that, CIA is in news. And let's see what is CIA. The objective of the CIA to grant Indian citizenship to persecuted minorities. Okay, they are persecuted minorities, no religion is there, only persecuted minorities belonging to Hindu, Sikh, Jain, Buddhist, Parsi and Christian from countries like Pakistan, Bangladesh and Afghanistan, who came to India till December 31st, 2014. Okay, and this act also provides that the central government may cancel the registration of OCIs, overseas citizens of India, on certain grounds. So do you have any exceptions for the CIA? Yes, of course we have exceptions. What are these exceptions? So this act does not apply to tribal areas of Tripura, Mizoram, Assam, Meghalaya, which are part of 6th schedule of the Indian Constitution. And it also does not applicable to Bengal Eastern Frontier Regulation 1873. Will also be outside the Act's purview. Okay, these are the two exceptions to this CAA. And what are the issues surrounding the law? It violates the basic tenet of the Constitution. Basically, it gives citizenship on the basis of religion, so which is against the Indian Constitution's morality, and that violates the Article 14. Article 14 says that equality, everybody must be treated equality. Okay, but here this particular law is discriminatory, and it's giving citizenship on the basis of religion is against the constitutional values, and it violates the Article 14. And it's also, it is a demographic threat to indigenous communities. Especially there was protest in Assam based on this. Okay, and it attempts to naturalize the citizenship of illegal immigrants in the region, and it allows cancellation of OCI registration for violation of any law. This is a wide ground that may cover a range of violations, including minor offences also. So these are the major contentious areas related to CAA. So that is the reason in Delhi and in various parts of India there were protests against CIA and NRC. So this particular topic is very significant for your preliminary plus mains point of view. So you must have a opinion on this particular topic. Okay. Uh, Tree of coffee family discovered in Andaman and Nicobar. So what is the name of this coffee family, Andy? This was named as Parostria laljit. Is the first record of genus Pyrostria in India. So this is a significant, Andy. This is the first time this family was uh, discovered in India. So let's see why this is in news. A 15-meter tall tree that belongs to the genus of coffee family has recently been discovered in the Andaman Islands by a team of researchers from India and Philippines. Okay, what is the significance of this? This new species named as Parostria laljit is also the first record of the genus Parostria in India. So this plant actually usually found in Madagascar, but this is the first time it was discovered in India. So because of this is very significant. So UPSC often asks this kind of questions, and you have to remember this name also, and it's a scientific name too. And if you look at the status of this particular tree in IUCN Red List, it is critically endangered. So this is very significant. You have to remember this. Okay, critically endangered under IUCN Red List criteria. Okay, so if you look at the features, what are the physical features of this tree? It is a 15-meter tall tree having a long stem with a whitish coating on the trunk and oblong ovate leaves with cuneate base. So other features that distinguishes this tree from the other species of this genus is its oblate inflorescence with 8 to 12 flowers. And it was first reported from the Wandoor forest in South Andaman. So other places in the Andaman and Nicobar where the tree could be located are Taimur forest near Jarawa forest, reserve forest. Jarawas are PVTGs, one of the PVTG tribes in Andaman and Nicobar, and Chidiya Tapu Munda Fir forest. These are the other places where it is believed to be exist. So this particular tree is very important from your preliminary point of view, especially preliminary as part of current affairs and geography or environment also. So this you need to remember this name and its IUCN status. It is critically endangered. Okay. Rohingyas. Rohingya are again in news Sunday. This particular topic is important for prelims as part of current affairs and GS paper 2 as part of international relations. Let's see why they are in news. So a rare solidarity for Rohingya. Myanmar's anti-junta protesters wear black flag, make hashtag black for Rohingya trending. So as you know that Myanmar is under military coup right now, then there were so many pro-democracy protests against the military rule. So as part of that, the Myanmar people showed sympathy to the Rohingyas cause. So because of that, it is in news again, and hashtag black for Rohingya trending in the Myanmar. It's a good sign, by the way. So in order to solve the problem of Rohingyas crisis, so let's see who are Rohingyas. Rohingyas are a Muslim minority in the Buddhist majority Myanmar, right? So for a long they viewed as a interlopers from Bangladesh, okay, by many in the Myanmar. So because of that they are denied citizenship, rights, access to services and freedom of movement. So in 2007 there was a bloody military crackdown on Rohingya minority people in the Rakhine state. Here I have shown in the map Rakhine state, that led to the flee of Rohingyas to different parts of the South Asia. Here you can see. So because of that bloody military crackdown, Even there was a instance of rape, mass killings, and arson. So it was a genocide. It was termed as a genocide by international community. Okay, so after this military crackdown, almost 5 to 7 lakh people went to refugee camps, and more than a million people they flee to Bangladesh, and 40,000 to India, and 3,50,000 to Pakistan, 10,000 to UAE, and 2 lakh to Saudi Arabia, 5,000 to Thailand, and 1,50,000 to Malaysia, and 1,000 to Indonesia. So this is I have showed in the map here. So because of that military crackdown, Rohingyas had to flee to other countries in the South Asia, and thousands of Rohingyas were killed during that clashes, along with the rape and other charges. Okay, so this was considered as a genocide by the international media, but however, the military, Myanmar military, justified it for rooting out the insurgents. They are justified to root out the insurgents. Even surprisingly, Aung San Suu Kyi, the then democratic leader of Myanmar, she defended this incident at the Hague court. Okay, so that led to the international criticism against Aung San Suu Kyi, by the way. So this is the issue. This issue is very, very crucial. So please remember these facts. It's very important for your examination point of view.